You know what I was not taught about? I was not taught about herbal medicines. I don't know. Maybe you were or maybe you weren't, but guess what? Just because we weren't taught about it does not mean we don't have to know about it. So, if you weren't taught about herbal medicines, either continue to hang out with me tonight because I have a metaphysicist as well as an herbal medicine expert to teach us some things, okay? My name is Jean Voana, affectionately known as Life Coach Vaughn, and I am continuing to celebrate Women's History Month by bringing various women from multiple industries to come and share with us their expertise, telling us and teaching us about things that we weren't taught about. Now, if you have missed all of my guests, you have missed out. But you can still go back and watch the replays at meetlifecoachvaughn.com, and you can click on the calendar of events. You can connect with these queens. You can watch the replays. You can go to their websites. You can ask them questions because look, time is out for us to, keep using the excuse that we weren't taught some things. And here's the honest to God truth. Because I wasn't taught some things, I didn't teach my daughters either. But guess what? I'm going to have them go back and watch these replays as well. So I see that official Jessica Divine, the owner, operator, the creator of Herbal Renaissance, has joined us. So I want to go ahead and bring her on, y'all. So get your questions ready. Jessica is a TikTok phenomenon. She is also my co-host, one of my beautiful co-hosts for the X2X podcast, but she has a wealth of knowledge and information as it pertains to herbal medicine and actually healing the body with the things that God has created on this earth. So let me go ahead and bring her on. And while I'm bringing her on, I'm going to stop talking because IG cuts me off. But in the meantime, say hello so that I can speak back to you. All right. Hey there, Queen. I know I didn't switched it up and it did something weird with the filters. Hey Jessica, how are you, Queen?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Awesome. I am better than amazing. Thank you so much for asking. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. I am excited to have this conversation for so many different reasons. But of course, let's start off with this since we are celebrating Women's History Month. And the theme for this Women's History Month is I was not taught about. I know I wasn't taught about herbal medicine, right? Could
Mm.
you share with us something that you were not taught about?
Hmm. I was not taught about using nature to heal and rest your body.
Wow. And with that being said, thank you all so much for joining us. They're saying hello. Woman Warrior Shantae, ladies, you are both beautiful. Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, y'all, as you all come on, please say hello. Let us know where you all are joining us from so we can speak back to you. Also, again, I'm going to have Jessica introduce herself. So if you have questions, if you have ailments, if you want to know, and of course, we're going to share with you all the wonderful products and services that I personally love. I give to my family, right? We're going to have her share about some of those things as well. And I'm going to give you all my testimonials of working with Jessica and also taking her products as well. Masay said, finally caught one of your lives and it's on herbal medicine. I need the info. Thank you so much for joining us,
Yeah.
Queen. All right, Jessica, please share with us who you are, what it is that you do, and based on what you weren't taught, how has that shaped who you are now?
Whew. So I go by Jessica Divine. I am an author, a herbalist, a metaphysician. So many other things, right? But those are my main three things. I am the CEO and owner of Herbal Renaissance, which is basically a health and wellness company that is based upon using Mother Nature to heal the body. Also, I do a lot of teaching about herbs and plants and how to take care of your body. So I would say, based upon what I wasn't taught, it has shaped my life. So just like the average person, I came from, visiting the doctors, taking what they prescribed, going to CVS, Walgreens, getting something over the counter, not realizing that what's literally right in my backyard, what's literally in my garden, what's in the parks can be used to heal the body. Also, just the disconnection from nature as a whole. It's like, it's not even just the plants, it's going outside and putting your feet to the ground, grounding. It's the sunlight and the vitamin D also, which is actually a hormone, and how it regulates so many different things within the body. It's fresh air, quality of air. It's the environment and how it not only mentally and emotionally and spiritually impacts us, but also on a physical level too. So it shaped my life to the point where I had to figure out these things that I've been taught, going to the store, going to the doctor, they're not working. So I need something else.
I love it. I love it. They not working, y'all. They not working. If you all are just joining us, thank you so much. We're just starting the conversation. I have the official Jessica Divine. Y'all, she's so popular right now. She has so many fake pages, okay? So make sure you all are click that arrow right there and go ahead and put the follow button if you are not following her already, to make sure that you all connect with her, because the testimonials that she has been receiving about her products and her services are literally life-changing. And again, I have my testimony of my own. So let's jump into the comments, because again, we want to acknowledge you all because we're here for you. Listen, me and Jessica, we can sit in my house and we can have our own discussion, right? We are here for you all. So make sure you are asking questions. If there are things that are plaguing you, ailments, or you want some recommendation, she is here. Now, there are certain things you're going to need a consultation for, right? But with that being said, please leverage her while she's here. With that being said, Omo Chinko sent us some hearts. Thank you so much. I'm gonna say she joining from Chi-Town, best herbal remedies for headaches. Okay, that's what she's looking for. Untamed D Voice said, "What's up, Jess? Hey there." And Joyful Connections is hanging out with us as always. Hey there, Coach, as well as who else we got on here? Kendra, thank you so much for joining us, Kendra. So let's talk about it. One of the things that you just said is they not working. Going to CVS, going to Walgreens, all of these things that these pharmaceutical companies are, prescribing us. One, they're very reactionary, right? It is symptom based. Yeah. So they're not really getting to the heart of the matter. A lot of them are just giving us runny nose, bleeding eyes, your rectum gonna fall out. Like all of these different things.
So more issues that you can get more pills for.
Right, exactly. Let me cure this one thing, but give you 15 other things. Yeah. Speaking of that, why do you feel like people are so there's so many misconceptions about herbal medicine versus is it FDA approved? What's that all about?
Well, I would say indoctrination. Mm-hmm. If you notice, everything that we need to survive and be healthy, mm-hmm. a middleman has been put in between all of it, right? You mm-hmm. need food. The middleman is the grocery store. Mm-hmm. You need medicine. The middleman is the pharmaceutical companies and the doctors. You need mm-hmm. education. The middleman is the school. You need God. The middleman is religion. Mm-hmm. So, mm-hmm. so you need money. The middleman is a job. Wow. We've been given these middlemen to all of our necessities in order to create a dependency. Because the thing is, if people can go right to the source and get it for themselves, they no longer have to be dependent on these middlemen, and therefore the middleman loses its control.
Wow. Wait a minute, Jessica. Please, please. That is so, so deep, so, so heavy. You guys are frozen, or is it just me? Y'all, can y'all see us? Give us some hearts. Do something to let us know, because she just dropped bars, okay? And we don't want you all to miss this. Did you all catch that, or are we frozen? Because we want to make sure y'all are getting this information. Hit some hearts if you all can see us. Send us something.
Let us know that we still
Okay.
the hearts. Okay.
Good. Okay. Good. They said
Okay.
Okay. I had to go out and come back in. Okay. Good. So we gonna. I am going to pin this, and we're gonna come back to that. So that they put in 100. So they believe you. They right there with you. So the misconceptions are, they're feeding us all of these things so they can kind of get their coins from it.
Yes. And it makes the population more controllable. If the population doesn't have their own autonomy and their own control over their resources and necessities, then they're controllable, because somebody has those resources that you need. Somebody has the food. Think about 2020, right? When the grocery stores and things were shut down. People felt like they were going to, like they wasn't going to make it. When our ancestors, they had their own gardens, they had their own food, they had their own tissue paper. It was some moss, some leaves out in the back. So it's like we've become so disconnected from the land and living natural and living self-sufficient that in a state of emergency, people feel like it's the end of the world.
Wow. And that is definitely control. Like you said, that's mind control. Because if we snatch that from them, if we close everything down, then that puts us on edge. It causes an uproar. And then they can literally tell us, okay, this is what you need to do to survive. And this is what you need to do to survive. I love that. That is such a great point. Y'all, thank you so much for continuing to join us and have this conversation. We're going to get to these comments. So again, Jessica, the official Jessica Divine. She is a metaphysician, an herbalist. So if you have questions, please put them in the chat so we can talk about some of these things.
Yeah.
So one of the questions was about headaches, right? Do you have any recommendations? And again, and I know she's going to give the disclaimer. There is more information that's normally needed in order to make recommendations, everyone. All right. There's no one size fit all. We do have to understand, and that's even, I'm not even a doctor, I'm a life coach. There's more information. I tell people I don't give blanket advice about things, because there are so many different components and things that we need to know in order to really be able to address it. So with that being said, answer that however you want to, with even if you need to ask more questions.
So I would say with headaches, it is an ask more questions thing, but I'm going to give some basics. One, are you well hydrated? A lot of people don't realize dehydration, it can lead to headaches, it can lead to inflammation, it can lead to all type of issues. Are you hydrated? What are you eating? And it's good to listen to the body, because you need to understand, when are these headaches coming on? Is it coming on after you're eating something specifically? Is it coming on because you didn't get enough rest? Is it coming on because you're dealing with some type of stress? Is it coming on because you haven't eaten? So once we can start pinpointing when the headaches are coming on, then we can start reverse engineering what may be the cause of it. A lot of times we just want to deal with the headache, but the headache is a symptom that something is going on. So I can say, hey, take some white willow. White willow is a natural pain reliever that aspirin is based upon. I can't say take that, but we haven't dealt with the roots of the issue.
So they're gonna keep coming to you, getting that white willow, when we're not dealing with the root cause.
Exactly.
And oftentimes,
I know that stress is a big thing, and people don't know that how stress really impacts the body. Stress, what they're eating, are you overworking, are you dealing with anxiety? So we will have to kind of get to the root of it, and it's specific for everybody. It could even be, too much excess fluid within the brain, around the brain and things. So it's a lot of different things that could go on, but I would need to talk to you to find out what are your daily habits, when are the headaches coming on, what's going on. But if you just want some pain reliever for now, it's going to be White Willow.
Go, there you have it. She says, my headaches mostly come from being on the screen too much. And she said, yes, but I'm getting over COVID too. So
that sounds like eye strain.
Oh.
Yeah. So whenever, like, for instance, whenever you have the wrong prescription, or you need glasses but you don't know, you get these headaches. You get these tension headaches because your eyes are steady trying to adjust so you can see. So that sounds like eye strain. That sounds like one, give your eyes some rest. Look into taking some eye brights and some bilberry. Also, look into exercising your eyes. Yeah, you exercise your eyes. It's these little glasses, and they have pinholes in them, and they look like sunglasses with tiny little pinholes. When you put them on, they actually exercise your eyes, because yes, your eyes are a muscle.
Wow. Look, see, that's what I'm talking about, y'all.
Yes.
We know a lot of things, but it's all about connecting with the individuals and the resources that do, right? So she said, exercise my eyes. I know, right? That's a good one. I definitely need to exercise mine.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. And I would say definitely go get an exam and see if, your prescription is up to date. If you have insulin resistance, diabetes, definitely go see if your prescription is up to date, because diabetes, insulin resistance tend to affect your eyesight. Also blood pressure. Make sure your blood pressure is good, because that can also cause eye issues as well.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Look, I have her here. If you have questions, please drop them. You can send them directly to me if you want to remain anonymous, and I will definitely read them to you. So, go ahead.
Somebody earlier on, I think it was one of your coaches, let me see, because she brought up insulin resistance.
Oh, okay. Insulin resistance. Before we get to her, because I also had somebody that was pinned right before that. I got her as well on here. So Joyful Coaching. I believe she's the one who wrote the insulin resistance. Yep. So we're gonna answer you next, Coach. So make sure you hang in here. Chris Shea Tasty Treat says, so I'm 40 years old, had a baby 3 months ago. What would you suggest to start helping me balance my hormones?
So this is a really good question. Okay. So to start balancing your hormones, I would look into dandelion. Yes, dandelion helps to balance your hormones, and you can find it in the raw form, just like dandelion roots, dandelion leaves. You can find it in the raw form. You can also find it in pill form and tincture form, and they have so many different brands on Amazon. That is great for balancing your hormones. However, for mothers who have just had their babies and they're within that 1 year, 2 year period, we don't realize how much energy and life force birthing another human being takes from us. In Chinese medicine, they talk about when a woman has a baby, it takes a lot of her chi away. And the chi for Chinese medicine resides in the kidneys. They say the kidneys is basically your fountain of health. So a lot of times mothers, they're dealing with not only spiritual and mental and not only physical issues, but like the whole thing. They're dealing with all of that after birthing another human being, because it takes a lot from you physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. So I would say really look into nourishing your kidney health. And you can do that by red clover, also Shashandra berry, red clover, Shashandra berry, and another herb is Chanca piedra. So if you don't remember those, just hit me up and I'll send it to you. But So nourish your kidneys, because your kidneys is that fountain of life, and it's going to give you back your energy and your stability and feeling more balanced in your body. We don't realize that the kidneys, the adrenal glands sit right on them, and when we're in the fight or flight and feeling out of ourselves, the kidneys and the adrenals take a blow.
Mhm.
So having a baby, it makes you kind of feel out of yourself, where it's like, did somebody take over my body?
Right. I love it. Love it. Love it, y'all. Phenomenal. So definitely, if that was good information, please drop thank you. I'm not sure if she's still on here or not. We had that question a little bit ago, but make sure you send some hearts, some love, say thank you, because that was definitely some knowledge and some wisdom there. Yep, she said thank you so much. Here, she said thank
You're
you
welcome.
so much.
And I would highly, highly recommend, other than balancing your hormones with the dandelion and nourishing your kidney health with the red clover, shashandra, and chonka I would highly, highly recommend, especially if you're breastfeeding, moringa, nettle, and alfalfa. Not only is that going to make your milk more nutritious, but that's also going to give you the minerals and vitamins that you need to sustain yourself. Nettle, alfalfa, and
I
moringa.
love
Right,
it.
those are like your power greens,
I love
and you can get the form.
I love it. I love it. So we started. I want to say maybe it was a little over a year ago. We started eating moringa seeds. Like, oh my gosh, they are definitely an acquired taste. One, but and we started doing it every day for a little while. We did it for a regimen just to see if we felt a difference, and it was indeed a difference. We felt different. The energy was definitely there. The right bathroom regulation was there. Things was just really, really good with that period of time. But again, the taste, we had to learn how to figure it out.
I would highly recommend, if you're gonna do, and what I'm recommending is the moringa leaves. They're not bad when they're raw and by themselves, and you can find them at your international market too. You can find them raw and cook them. But to kind of get it over with and get it in your system, I recommend pills. That way you ain't got to taste nothing and get it in there.
I
But
love
the seed tends to be very like it dries up your mouth
it.
a
It was
bit.
sweet, super, super sweet at one point, and then it was super. No, matter of fact, it was nasty when you taste
Yeah.
it, but when you drink, it became like sugar.
Yes.
It's super, super sweet. So it's good to have some water or something that you could chase right behind it, and then everything else is just like, oh, like how did that happen, right?
The fun, a lot of people use it to purify their water. So they'll drop a couple seeds in a gallon of water and let it sit overnight.
Wow, I didn't even realize that. Y'all, thank you so much for being a part of this conversation, because again, we're here for you to talk about herbal medicine. It is so much power in it. It is so much just life is the word that I want to use in herbal medicine. So if you have questions, please ask. So let's go back to Joyful Coaching. Her question, Joyful Connections Coaching. Uh, let's go back to her question. She talks about insulin resistance. What would you like to give information on that?
So this is something I actually dealt with myself, and this is one reason why I went on my whole health and healing journey. So a lot of people don't know. People who are dealing with diabetes, people who are dealing with PCOS, the root cause is usually insulin resistance. A lot of people don't know that. Insulin resistance means that your pancreas is imbalanced. Usually, your pancreas is not functioning at the proper status that it needs to function at. And therefore, insulin is overproduced or underproduced. So, when it comes down to insulin resistance, we want to focus on herbs that nourish and heal and get the pancreas back into a working state. Those herbs are going to be Gymnema is spelled exactly how it sounds, Gymnema, Amla, Amla, and Guyasa. Those are my favorite three herbs for that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just hit me up.
And in order to do that, make sure you all are following Herbal Renaissance. And is it Herbal Renaissance Co. or just it's Herbal Renaissance, right? On IG.
Yes, it's Herbal Renaissance, but the website is herbalrenaissance.co.
Absolutely. So y'all make sure, or come back and watch this replay and do hashtag replay and then say thank you again. Because of course, when you all watch this, when you all share this, it actually helps the views. So definitely go ahead and push that information out. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. What else you got? You was about to say.
I was about to say also with insulin resistance, depending on if you're overweight or not, because a lot of times it comes from being overweight. I would highly recommend looking into maybe intermittent fasting. Depending on your blood type and what your body needs, intermittent fasting may be good. For me, it works. I know for some people they need more meals a day, but if you're obese, definitely look into intermittent fasting because that helps to also heal the body, heal the pancreas as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Y'all, she does consultations. She actually puts together plans for you. She provides links. And if she does not carry the natural, trust me, she's going to get you all the way together. And I'm going to give my testimony in a minute. But since y'all are here and I want to get y'all questions answered, absolutely. These herbs, can you digest, or should I say, is it better to digest them in tea form? So the herbs you were recommending earlier.
Who asked that question?
For the eyes, for the eyes.
For the eyes. Okay. So for the eyes, bilberry, you can ingest it as a capsule, as a tea, or as a tincture. Eye bright, same thing, capsule, tea, or tincture, but with eye bright, you can make an eye wash as well. So they have these things called eye wash dishes. And it's in the shape of an eye. You put whatever liquid you need to put in there, and then you hold it up to your eye and swig it around, and your eye gets washed out. So eye bright is one of those herbs that you can actually put on your eye. But everything else, capsule, tincture, or tea.
Nice. I love it. 900 Simi, thank you so much for asking the question. Are there any herbs that improve brain function? Oh, you just made her excited with that question. That's a good question.
Look, hold on. Let me see. I got my little medicine cabinet over. Okay, the best one. The best two. So if y'all can see that this is ginkgo. Ginkgo is excellent for brain health. Also, you got bacopa. Those two are excellent for brain health. Ginkgo and bacopa. And another one is going to be lion's mane.
Oh, I love lion's mane.
Yes, and you know how lion mane is like, it looks like a little brain. So ginkgo, bacopa, and lion's mane, they're great. Also, chat, they're all great for brain health.
Awesome.
And like I said, you can take it in pill form. You can also take it in tea form. I like my capsules.
How many capsules? That's a lot of capsules, and I guess that's something. And I get it, right? So look, you either do it to make it so you won't have to do it later and suffer the consequences, or you got to sit there and just stomach them all. So how does that work when you have all of these these different issues and challenges that you want to address, and you got to take all of these pills? How do you navigate that space? Do you say, I'm going to take these type of pills Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I'm going to take these other pills Tuesdays and Thursdays? How does that work?
Okay, well, first, some things are just on a need basis. So there's certain herbs that you take that you don't need to take them every day. Our heavy duty herbs, we don't need to take those every day. And specifically, I always recommend cycling off of herbs. Even your least dangerous herbs like sea moss and nettle, it's good to cycle off just to give your body a rest. And while you're cycling off, you can substitute it with something else that's very similar. Like with sea moss, if you don't want to do the Irish moss for the whole time, you want to cycle off. And I do recommend cycling off every 14 to 21 days. So let's say you're doing your Irish sea moss for 21 days. When you cycle off for 7 to 14 days, you're going to take kelp. So have y'all heard you are not supposed to eat the same green over and over and over?
The same what?
The same greens.
Oh, no,
like,
I haven't.
start building up the different chemical components in one green that may be toxic in overload. Like they tell you, you can't continue eating spinach and spinach, because it's oxalic acid that will continue to build up in the body. So you're supposed to actually change your greens from time to time. The same thing with herbs, where different chemical components from them will build up in the body over time. And they might not be necessarily toxic, but they might cause your body to be tolerant to them over time. So you'll want to kind of switch them out from time to time.
What is kind of time to time? What time frame is that? Is it that same kind of 21 days on and off 7/14?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
That's usually the the basic.
Okay.
Some people, they switch it even more often, but just for the average person, cycle your herbs every 14 or 21 days. Certain herbs like turmeric long term can be hard on the kidneys. A lot of people don't know that. That's one of those herbs that you don't need to take every day of your life. Cycle off, take it here, take it there, and you're good to go. So this is what I would say. Find out what are your needs. Also realize that certain herbs, they have multiple things that they cover. So for instance, ginkgo is great for the brain health, for memory recall, and getting everything running with stuff of the brain. But also it's a natural blood thinner. Also it's a natural anti-inflammatory. So it's like, if you got inflammation, if you got blood clots, and you got brain issues, all you need to take is ginkgo. You don't have to take black seed, ginkgo, and this. So finding out the multiple uses of different herbs will cut down on exactly what you're taking.
That's a good point.
So it's like, find out what your main needs are. Take only what you need. And then if, like, for instance, if you get sick, you might have some oil of oregano and some elderberry. You don't need every single day. So
love it. See, 900 sent me, said thank you. You're absolutely welcome. I'll say it for. Thank you for joining us. Absolutely. So again, y'all, I am here with the official Jessica Divine. Y'all here. She knows her stuff. Y'all didn't see she opened a book not once. She eats, sleeps, and lives this thing. You hear what I am saying? And if you please follow her, you will be able to go to her website and check out all that she offers. Again, she's an author. She has a book that talks about all the herbal medicines, and she's just sharing her wealth of knowledge with us. You will see the products that she has. I personally love her teas and have had some amazing results from them. Not only her teas, not only do I take them, but I've given them to my family. My kids be asking, "Ma, you got any more of that elderberry?" Because it has caused us to get over. We could feel like we're coming down with something. We'll start drinking those teas, and a day or two, we're feeling brand new, right? We actually did last October. It was a while ago. I can't remember. It was like, it wasn't October. It was springtime. I think it was springtime sometime. Anyway, y'all. So I opened up and matter of fact, we'll plug it here as well. We did a 21-day alkaline detox. Okay. And it ended up being 14 of us total ended up doing this detox. And let me tell you, I personally lost 12 pounds. There were so many other women that were a part of the group. And my husband, he is begging for me to do this again because he's about to be 45 in July. And I'm taking him away. And he wants to get that body back together. He was like, "Look, I need that alkaline. Because that's when he was ripped.
yeah.
The muscles was muscling, y'all, right? But we also had so much great energy. Y'all, the mental clarity, the focus, all of that was absolutely phenomenal. So if you're interested in being a part of this 21-day detox with us, we'll provide support and encouragement to one another. We get in a group together, and it's not just for women. It is for anybody who wants to be a part. Make sure you send me a DM, and we're going to pull all the information together, and we're going to use her products to help us get right before the summertime. You see what I'm saying? So, do you do consultations on children?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I mean, I do. I do. I would like the details in advance, just to know. But yes, I've done consultations on children all the way down to like age 2. Yeah.
Wow. 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 So let's talk about that. Let's talk about some of your success stories, the things that you've been able to help people really tackle. Again, yes, there's modern medicine, but what's better than natural medicine, right? Let's talk about some of those things. Share some stories with us.
Oh, I've just gotten into sharing sharing the stories. For the most part, I just be living my life and just be like, the herbs are great, Um, let's say, I would say I've heard a lot of people respond back to me saying as far as their high blood pressure and their diabetes, their A1C levels, seeing those decrease somewhere in between 21 to 28 days.
Mm.
So, and diabetes and high blood pressure are both inflammatory diseases. So, a lot of people don't realize that a lot of these diseases, gout, inflammation, even eczema and things, inflammation. You clear up inflammation, those things will clear themselves up.
Mm.
So I remember this from yesterday because I seen the video, but I had one person lose 75 pounds in 4 months.
Mm.
75 pounds in 4 months, and she even converted to full alkaline even after the detox was over.
Mm.
So she lost 75 pounds. Also, she was saying that she was having swelling and things because she had got into a car accident and she had like broke her ankles and things like that. Yeah,
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Yes,
So
I remember her.
yeah,
I was on that live listening live.
she was learning to rewalk. And she was saying, like, since she's been on the detox, like she's been moving around. Her therapy guide was basically like, huh, you barely need me to help you get around anymore. So just seeing that improvement. I've had with MS, people seeing their MS get better, people seeing their cancer improve, and seeing that, hey, I did chemo, blah, blah, blah. They said it might come back, but I've been using your products and I have had no problems. Everything is on the clear. I've had people report so many good things. Memory loss being restored. Just it's so many stuff to keep up. And being gone within 3 weeks. It's so much.
It is, and I get the honor of seeing. And again, you all can go to her TikTok page, you can go to her Instagram, you can go to her website, and you can see these testimonials from these individuals. And I was actually I saw your live on TikTok when you all had started discussing that, and she was talking about the weight that she had lost and how it has literally just changed her life. Yeah. And I wanted us to be sure that we shared it here to inspire anyone who is listening now, or if you're listening later, understand that there may be other options for you. You got to be willing to be patient. You got to be willing to connect with those who have the proper information. And again, y'all, she does consultations, right? She does these consultations. And listen, I've had several consultations about, I sent her my blood work, my lab work, like, Jess, what we gonna do about this, right? And she's come back with very thorough information, and she's explaining what each of these things do, and she's making the best recommendations. And I honestly greatly appreciate it. And yeah, y'all better get on. I'm just saying. So I was so happy that I could get you on here because I know you're super busy and you have so much going on. So I want to get in these comments, make sure they don't have any more questions. Okay.
Say one thing about me, I'm big on holistic health. So when I do my consultations, I do take into account, what with you spiritually, what's going on with you mentally, emotionally, not just physically, because I understand that The physical manifestation is simply what was going on with you emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. And a lot of times we don't realize that something is wrong with us until we experience something on a physical level. So whenever I'm doing my consultations, I'm getting people together because they like, like what? How you know I be stressing out? Like, it's not even me using my intuition. It's me knowing how the body works. A lot of people say, "Oh, I'm constipated. My digestion is slow." I'm like, "Do you have anxiety?" Yes. Okay. Well, if you have anxiety, if you're stressed out, your digestion is going to slow down. If they tell me, "Oh, I'm having this issue," I can usually say, "Okay, well, that is related to this. This is what is going on in your body." If you're having a lot of feminine issues, it might be related to some type of sexual trauma that has not been fully resolved on an energetic level. A lot of times we think just because we talk stuff out and tell people things that it's resolved, that energy is resolved, but truthfully, the energy can still be stagnant within the body, causing and wreaking havoc. So, we get to the root of these things because you can eat all the lettuce you want, take all the herbs you want, drink all the water you want, and still be unhealthy if you're not taking care of the emotional, mental, and spiritual baggage.
That's so good. That is so good. And of course, y'all, we don't get that from the doctors. We just don't. We just don't. We just don't. They look at the symptoms, they guess what it possibly could be, and they give us a pill and send us on our merry way, or they want to perform surgery. And they don't understand that is not what the true issue is. And we got to be willing to advocate for ourselves, right? We got to be willing to advocate. I really dig this. Absolutely. That's why, y'all, that's why I brought her here again. This is official Jessica Divine with Herbal Renaissance. Jessica, let me ask you another question, right? Let's talk about one of the things that you was just talking about is, just energy and how the energy that we hold in our bodies can oftentimes show up or manifest in a certain way, right? What are a couple of common things, if you will, what's the energy, what's happening in the inside, but how does it show up? What are some common kind of misconceptions? People like, oh, this is what it is. And you're like, no, I see this all the time. This is probably what it really is.
Oh, okay. Oh, what do we start on this? So, with cancer, there can be some internal resentment that has not been dealt with. There can be internal resentment. With diabetes, a lot of times, especially type 2, there's a lack of sweetness in life. So maybe feeling like you didn't receive a lot of love, you didn't receive a lot of acceptance, and people, embracing you and loving on you, feeling like your voice is unheard. With high blood pressure, usually anxiety, overthinking, worrying about the future, and that usually ties in with slow digestion. Um, what else is some common things?
I know y'all be. I know, right? They put the chocolate. I know, and that's why I asked that question. Bring it.
Oh, okay. Even memory, like mind issues, mental issues. Sometimes people have gone through something so traumatic that they have a mental break because their body is protecting them by creating a different version of reality for them. And we just look at it as they're suffering from some type of, schizophrenia, but sometimes they've gone through traumatic things, and trauma varies for everybody. You can't tell one person what is traumatic to them and not, right? So people have gone through certain things where their mind, their body, in order to protect itself, has created a different reality. Because the reality that they were living in, it would have caused them to shut down on the stress level. So now they have to create this different version, a different reality, and we just see it as, oh, they have issues. It's so many, back pain, not feeling supported, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like everything is on your shoulders. A lot of men with ED and those issues. One, self-neglect. Two, lack of emotional processing, because a lot of men are just not taught that. They're not taught emotional intelligence. So a lot of them are constipated and closed up, and then they wonder why the arteries and veins are closed up as well.
Ooh, wow.
You know, it's like, oh, and the last one, even with hip issues. So right around your stomach and your hip is your psoas muscle. A lot of times when humans go through traumatic situations, they'll store a lot of trauma right in that hip psoas area. A lot of times when you're having knee issues, leg issues, hip issues, even lower back issues, because they all interconnect. It might be a signal that you had a traumatic issue and that trauma wasn't fully processed out of the body. With animals, whenever they go through something traumatic, they'll shake, and it kind of dispatches that excess energy out of the body. With human beings, we tend not to do that. We tend to kind of suck it up and go on about life, and then wonder why pains and things start popping up all over the place.
Wow. Wow. Y'all drop some fire emojis in the comments, drop some hearts, drop some clapping hands, drop some something in this comment, y'all. That was amazing. And it really makes sense. What you are saying absolutely makes sense. Oh my
And
gosh.
even with heart issues, a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
know that enduring heartache and grief, because whenever you're going through something, let's say it involves your children or somebody you love, you feel it in your chest. You literally feel this energy in your chest, like your chest is collapsing in. People don't realize that that energy, if it doesn't go outside the body, it stays in the body. You just learn to ignore it. So over time, it continues to be in there doing its damage. And next thing you know, 30, 40 years later, you're dealing with heart issues. You know?
That's so good. That's so good. Yeah, they giving the love. They say, I love this topic. Fire emojis, roses, heart. This has really opened my eyes to a couple of things. Absolutely, absolutely. And look, you all do not have to process this by yourselves. You have individuals you can reach out to. Of course, again, Jessica Divine, the official Jessica Divine Herbal Renaissance Co. She gives consultations, and I mean, what I really love about Jessica is, again, she does not do cookie cutter, which I truly appreciate that. She's going to ask the question, she's going to dig down deep, she's going to make sure it makes sense, and then, hey, let me know. And then hey, how's that stuff? How's it going for you? Do we need to make some tweaks? Do we need to make some adjustments? So that really shows that she not only really cares about her customers, but she cares about you as a person and want to see you all do well. So make sure you all play, because I promise you, she probably she got something for everything. And if she does not know right off the top, let me tell you, she researches.
Yes.
She goes to the books. So I wrote down that ginkgo biloba. I wrote that down because I need some of that to really, really help, right?
Yeah.
So, and you all make sure you all reach out to Jess. She said, I'm working on healing and never even thought about attaching healing my body in this manner as well.
It has to. It has to. Like, even for me, my personal journey, constant weight gain. It's like you lose weight, you gain weight. And I had to realize weight gain is a form of cushioning yourself, feeling unsafe in your body. So you get to the point where your body actually just starts adding on weight in order to protect itself and cushion itself. And once I started learning to feel safe in my body, there's nobody to fight, Jessica. You okay? Now my body can release this excess cushion, this protection. And even with I used to love crunchy stuff. Popcorn, chips. If it crunch, I want it, right? And I had to realize that's unresolved anger issues. And it's like, yeah, I did have anger issues. I would like butt somebody upside the head. Like Still will, but it's
Now I'm just a little bit more strategic with
yeah,
it, when it's necessary,
yes.
right?
And even craving comfort foods because I would love cheese and ice cream and heavy stuff, and it was the need for comfort,
Mm-hmm.
and that just went
Mm-hmm.
into the cycle of the weight gain. But my thing is, even when I was not eating much, I was still gaining weight, and that's why I had to realize like this is more than just physical. This is more than just calories. This
Mm-hmm.
is something else.
Yeah, absolutely. You brought up a really good point, and I was actually talking with this, and I need to figure out how to get it on there, y'all. Instagram was acting very funny a couple of days ago, and I was having a great discussion with another guest, and Dominique Clifton of Moving Still, and we were talking about again a holistic approach to life, because oftentimes we forget that we're three-part being, right? And of course, we can add in the extra kind of components. Spirit and soul, they're separate, right? But we're going to lump them together for the purposes of, right? Mind, body, and spirit. So if we're talking about mind, body, and spirit, why are we only focusing in on one or two of those areas and not all three, right? We're thinking, okay, I'm just going to go to the gym, but our minds are all jacked up. I'm gonna go to church and Jesus is, and I'm gonna have this religion, but we're no earthly good, right? We got the spirituality, but we're forgetting about our mental wellness and our physical wellness, right? And where that true balance comes into play. And balance, I like the word she used. She used harmony,
Yeah.
right? I really love that word of harmony. When I use the word balance, I'm talking about bringing stability to it. And that doesn't mean that it's all equal parts. It's which part do I need to give more attention to at this time, but still not neglecting the others to ensure that I'm showing up as my best self, right? The interesting thing that I asked her from her perspective, and I want to get your perspective as well, a lot of us don't know what our healthy baselines are. Most of us, like you said, we're operating from a place of pain, and that's our everyday norm, right? It's like, man, I always got a headache, but whatever, I got to keep it pushing, right? We need to be able to create new and healthy baselines.
Yeah.
From your perspective, talk to us about one, creating or the importance of creating a new baseline so we can see what's really going on with us,
Yeah.
and two, give us some recommendations on how we can do that.
Ooh, okay, I like this. So, and I was actually thinking this before you asked the question, but we always talk about on the podcast, we always talk about self-awareness, being present with yourself. See, the thing is with baselines, they're different for different people. And this is why I'm the type of herbalist, I won't tell you there's one type of diet that you have to be on. I won't tell you that, oh, you got to be working out like this, you got to do 3 4 times a day. It has no. There's many different diets, there's many types of exercises, there's many type of all type of stuff, methods, meditation, frequency music, all type of stuff, right? You have to find what works for you. And the only way to do that is by spending time with yourself. A lot of times we're sick in our body because we've ignored ourselves.
Say that again. You broke up a little bit. You might have broke up a little
We are constantly going through life ignoring ourselves. How do we thank people? And y'all seen this. People will be at the cookout eating all type of stuff, complaining that their knees hurt and they back hurt, or they'll eat something and a few hours later something's hurting on them, and they'll go and eat that same thing over and over and over. That means that you're ignoring yourself. You've gotten to the point where you don't even see that something that you're constantly consuming is hurting you. The only time you get to that awareness is when you stop and you go within and you say, huh, every time I eat that ice cream, I get a sinus infection within a day. My body must not like ice cream.
bit. Right. Like Coach Chris said, all that barbecue brisket catching up to them. Right, Coach Chris. Right, right.
So it's like we really have to stop, take time to really go within. And my recommendation is this: take 15 to 20 minutes to sit in solitude by yourself. If you have to do it in the car, do it. And allow yourself to just hear what you're saying on the inside. Feel yourself. Scan your body from your crown all the way down to your feet and see how your body is feeling. Allow yourself to observe your mental chatter, because that'll tell you a lot about why your life is how it is.
Absolutely.
We don't take enough time to really be with ourselves and to listen to ourselves. So I highly recommend, whether you're doing it during meditation or whether you're doing it just sitting somewhere, take 15 minutes every day to listen to yourself.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Spot on, spot on. Okay, Queen Jessica, Life Coach Chris says, Doodle said, you are so on point with all of this. You talking good, Coach B. Absolutely. Official Jessica Divine is the best herbalist out here. Connect with this queen. He's partial, y'all. He's one of our fan favorites. We're one of his biggest fans as well. Thank you so much, Coach Chris, for always supporting us. Absolutely. Absolutely. So you're saying, you know what? You're ignoring yourself. Stop being so damn rude and pay yourself some attention. Do a self-scan. Listen to what your body is saying and then ask why.
Yes.
Then ask why. And you feel like, you know what? I realized that, and I was having the same exact conversation in a session earlier today with the queen. It's so funny because a lot of us, we want people to like us, but we don't even like ourselves.
Nope.
We want people to spend time with us, but we will not spend time with ourselves alone.
Exactly.
So how are you going to truly get to know you if you don't spend time with you, right? How you going to do that?
Exactly. Go within. Get to know the voice within. And the voice within, the intuition within will guide you to what you need. Because you can listen to somebody tell you, oh, you have to eat alkaline. Anytime people start to tell you there's only one way to do something, that's just another religion and another cult. So when you go within, you might figure out that paleo works great for you. The Mediterranean diet works great for you. The alkaline diet works great for you. Plant-based works great for you. Maybe carnivore. But the only way is by listening to your body and being willing to try things. Try something different.
Absolutely. 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 The thing about it is, when we're talking about becoming self-aware, and again, y'all do not have to do this by yourselves. I cannot reiterate that enough, right? Because that's why a lot of times people don't want to spend time with themselves, because it can oftentimes be a dark place, right? Yeah. It can be a lonely place. It can be scary, but it also can be blissful, right? One of the challenges that I tend to help people through, and I definitely want your recommendations and feedback on this as well, is the proper way to self-reflect, right? Because a lot of us, we self-reflect, but we don't complete the process so that it will be progressive, right? We look at all of the, damn, I ate another donut. Dang, I know that I shouldn't have ate that pig feet. Man, I know I should have stayed up all night and I should have got and we stay there and we beat ourselves up versus saying, I recognize that I did something that got me results that I do not desire. Yeah. Now, what do I need to do to make a change? And let me just pick one thing. Let me not pick a whole bunch of things all at once and I'm going to lose 85 pounds. I'm going to eat right. I'm going to go to the exercise. I'm going to all these crazy things all at once. Y'all pick one of the things and say, you know what? My best was good for today, but tomorrow I'm going to do better. So I'm going to get a little bit earlier tomorrow and I'm going to drink more water. I'm going to eat one less Oreo cookie because that was my vice. I haven't had Oreos in forever, y'all, right? But that was my vice. I love Oreo. I loved Oreo cookies. So I kept weaning myself off of it step by step by step. So that's my recommendation, y'all. Self-reflect, but then ask yourself, what is one thing that I can do different tomorrow to start moving me towards my
I
goal?
love that.
Coach, tell us what is your recommendation? How should they properly complete the process of self-reflecting?
So I would say this: if you're not used to the process of self-reflecting, you might go in self-reflecting or spending time with yourself. You might go in and you might not get anything. But realize this: you're a stranger to yourself in a sense. Do on yourself. You've been beating up on yourself. You've been talking negative to yourself. So remember, yourself is kind of like, I don't want to talk to you.
You punch me in my face.
Exactly. So when you start the process of spending time with yourself, self-reflecting, self-awareness, you're going to have to be patient with yourself. It might be simply the first couple of days might be you just sitting there and you can't really think of nothing, but you need to let yourself know, hey, I'm here for you. I know I haven't always gotten it right, but I want to get it right now. I want to show up for you. I love you. I want us to be here together. So let's do this together, and I'm willing to wait how long ever it takes.
Sweet talk yourself.
Yeah. And then one of these days, while you're doing your sitting down time, you're gonna start talking to yourself like, we got this going on, or we felt this way about that, or we needed this. So it's like, be patient. Just like if you were a orphan child, be patient with yourself. Let yourself warm up a little bit, but make make the choice to consistently show up for yourself every single day. Every single day. Anything you consistently do will get better. Two, like Coach Vaughn said, don't try to do everything at once. The best thing for me is, as I go on throughout my day, usually at the end of the day, something will stand out to me. And whatever stood out to me will let me know, as I kind of think about my entire day, something will stand out. And I would say, oh, okay, let's go deeper into that. Why, when somebody said that to me, that made me feel that type of way? Why did it make me feel any type of way? Let's look deeper. Let's be an investigator. Let's see why. Oh, there's something underneath that. There's something within me. Maybe me feeling inferior. Maybe me feeling this way. Oh, okay. Well, let's work on that. Let's get to the root so we can cleanse that out. Let's do positive self-talk to ourselves. One thing at a time. Oh, if I ate something crazy and I feel a certain type of way about it. Okay, well, why? Why did I violate myself by eating that? Let's dive deeper into that.
Woo, wait. You said, why did I violate myself for eating something? Woo! Oh my gosh, I ain't never eaten nothing crazy again. Violate myself. Goodness gracious.
So it could be with the foods that we're eating. It could be the fact that I didn't go and work out today. I let myself down. Why did I do that? Let's talk about it. Let's get back to the root of it. Do I really feel like it's not important? Do I feel like I'm not really getting healthier? Do I feel like it's a waste of my time? Let's really be honest with ourselves and get down to the root of it. It could be something as simple as, why did I violate myself giving money to somebody I really didn't want to give money to, or giving my time to somebody I really didn't want to give my time to? Why am I okay with doing things in bitterness and violating my own conscience for other people's benefit? Is it people pleasing? So it's like, when we start getting to the root of these, but with all of this, no judgment, self-acceptance, realizing that we're all growing, and realizing that I'm the first one to practice unconditional love towards myself. So yeah, I might have messed up. I might have cussed somebody out. I might have knocked over some stuff. I might have ate some lemon pepper wings and some juicy crab today. I might have not worked out, but it's okay. We get another day, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to show up better tomorrow.
And add at the end, and I still love you. Go ahead and drop the love bomb. I love it, y'all. Oh my gosh. This has been a phenomenal time. I cannot believe the time went by so fast. We did start a little teeny late. So we did go over just a little bit, y'all. I hope you all have been enjoying the conversation because we've definitely been enjoying the time with you all. We hope that you all have gotten just at least one thing from all of the amazing things that have been shared tonight. If you all have any last questions, please feel free to go ahead and drop them as we are going to go ahead and wrap up and allow Jessica to get on to her evening and continue to save the world, right? Just saying, because she is definitely doing that. Jessica, any last words? I mean, I just let me, before you give last words, I so appreciate you. You know, I really love all of the wisdom that you continue to share, y'all. And Jessica is young, y'all. Jessica is young. She got all of you. Do you be sharing how old you are, Jessica? Not
I mean,
really.
you
You
can.
do. I'm gonna let you tell them.
No, you tell them. Well,
She was like
I'm a 1991 baby.
1991, y'all. She, oh, I just, oh my gosh, y'all. Y'all see what I'm saying? Brilliant. Did y'all know that? Are y'all shocked? But a wealth of knowledge and information and an amazing spirit to be connected to. So empowering, so inspired. And again, I'm an 80s baby, right? So she is 11 years younger than me. And the brilliance, I again take it all in. And I appreciate your sisterhood and your friendship. And just who you are, just in general. So I definitely wanted to stop and at least give you your flowers now. So,
And
so you're at your peak. You're getting flowers. You're getting flowers. Yep.
but I
Absolutely.
appreciate you, and I appreciate you allowing me on this show
Mm-hmm.
yet another year. Yeah. And you know what? I'm proud of you because like you're very consistent with this. Like
Thank you.
so, with Vaughn is very she always shows up for herself, and like when she show up for herself, she don't care if it's one person or 1,500 people. She gonna show up, and she's always gonna put her best foot forward. So it's like I appreciate that about you because
That's right.
you
That's right.
show me
Absolutely.
what it looks like to be consistent and dedicated,
Thank
regardless.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We gonna rock. It was just I tell people all the time, and they'll laugh. Some people don't believe me, but I promise you, it's the honest to God truth. When I switched over from the IT industry and really started doing my coaching full time, I would go in Clubhouse and no one would show up to my rooms, and I would speak as if 1,000 people were in that room, or 100, or 50, right? And I was again just deciding to do that because much like we're talking about tonight, we have to show up for ourselves. I cannot show up for everybody else if I don't show up for me. So, me showing up for me, you all get the residual of those. And that's what we're telling that you all should absolutely do. Show up for yourselves so that the people that are connected to you, the people that love you, the people that want to see you win, they can receive the residual of you.
I
So,
love that.
I'm gonna let you go ahead and close out. Let's go ahead and close
So
out.
closing out, I love what you were saying because the thing is, a lot of us are simply operating on 20 and 30%. And that means that what people are even getting from us, it ain't all that. We're functioning off of lack, poverty, and just a low battery. And then we wonder why we're so irritated and acting crazy with other folks. In order for you to show up as your best self, you have to have your cup full. You have to have your cup full. If you're at your 80, 90, 100, that means everybody else is experiencing you at that 80, 90, or 100. So we must always take that self time to really get in, nurture ourselves. So therefore, not only can we show up for others, but we can also be an example of how people need to nurture themselves so they can show up as their best self. One day at a time, people. One day at a time. You don't have to figure out everything overnight. I've been doing this since 2015, and I'm still figuring out things about myself.
Absolutely.
Patience. You got a whole lifetime ahead of you, baby. Ain't no rush.
Absolutely. 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 All right, y'all. With that being said, the mic was dropped. Thank you so much again, official Jessica Divine. Y'all make sure you all are following Herbal Renaissance, or you can go to the website herbalrenaissance.co. She gives consultation, her products there, her services are there as well. Or you can always go to meetlifecoachvaughn.com, click on the calendar for Women's History Month, come to today's date, and you will see all of her information there. Also, by the end of the evening, you'll be able to click on the link and watch this replay. We're just asking you all, please share this, right? Share this information because she talked about it all. High blood pressure, insulin, weight gain, cancer. We talked about a whole bunch of things tonight that could really change somebody's life. So again, it don't take much time. Send it to 5 people. We just saying. All right, y'all? Have a good night. We appreciate you all so much. They said, thank you all. I love this. 2015. That's it. Wow. Yes, y'all. A wealth of knowledge and information. All right, y'all. Have a good night.
Bye.